Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Normally, I am the busy summer here, but I decided, you know what? Today is Tom Friday, and he hasn't put out a video in a really long time. And I kind of wanted to start reacting to them when he released his last video, America. I didn't do it. So I think every time Tom releases a video, I'm going to react to it here on my channel, The Busy Simmer. Normally, I would do video game videos, but I have been a fan of Tom for a long time. My cousin introduced me to him a few years ago through well, he posted a video to Facebook, and the rest is history. I was like, what is this scary looking face tattooed guy doing in a pink suit with a mini unicorn? And if you know, you know. Anyway, I am not the busy summer today. Today I am straight white pregnant female reacts to Tom MacDonald. And if you didn't know, I am pregnant, about 21 weeks. I am about halfway through my pregnancy. My husband and I are having a boy. We are so excited and we can't wait to meet him. I'm due about mid to late March. And that's what all I have to say. So let's get into it. I hope you all enjoy. I think I did see that Tom had posted something about not wanting to do politically charged music for a while. So we'll see what this video is about. I'm so excited. It looks really cool. I can already tell I'm going to like it because when don't we like Tom's stuff? But okay, let's get right into it.
I miss the days when no one even knew my name. Now everywhere I go, I wear a hat to hide my face. I got weapons hidden in.
Stop. Am I the only one freaked out by this? His head is a balloon, and he's sitting next to his own face. Nova. That's all I have to say. Let's go ahead and start over and listen to the lyrics this time.
I miss the days when no one even knew my name. Now everywhere I go, I wear a hat to hide my face. I got weapons hidden inside every room in my place. Now I have to keep a pistol on me, always just in case. This is a nightmare. Never expected the fame to be something I would wrestle with and fight to embrace. Sometimes I feel like the love I get's outweighed by the hate. I hid the tears, but I can't hide from the pain. I'm working 20-hour days, can't even.
Okay, so I get it. He comes out with these videos occasionally where he talks about his addiction issues, his sobriety. I know of a few videos where he talked about it being really hard to handle his quick rise to basically independent rapper fame. He is incredibly well known. He's one of the top musical artists on YouTube. And with that comes a lot of hate, especially with the music that he writes. A lot of it is very political. A lot of it is very socially aware, I guess you could say. And I can't imagine the amount of probably, hate that he gets, whether it's hate mail or tweets at him or DMs or whatever. And I know that he is very, very thankful and grateful to his fan base. And there are a lot of us out there. He has a huge fan base. There's so many of us. But even that sometimes I'm sure doesn't really outweigh all the crap that he sees on a daily basis from his haters. So I'm going to rewind just a little bit.
I'm working 20-hour days, can't even lie to y'all, I'm burnt out. Asleep on my weight bench, trying to find the strength to work out. Should be happy I'm successful, I just went and bought my first house. Thought money would help cure my depression, but it's worse. How? I'm tired of it.
Okay, this is something that I constantly post on, not post, but like comment on Tom's Facebook posts and even on his YouTube community posts. He's like, I'm grinding hard for you guys. I can't wait for you to see this video. We've been working so hard, so many hours. And I'm like, dude, take a break. It's okay to take a break. 20-hour days is insane. I just worked 4 days in a row where I was at work for at least 10 hours. Well, no, I guess it was 3 days in a row. It was 10 hours, and then yesterday I was there for 12 and a half. I mean, I clocked out for lunch and stuff, but still working that much, I came home and dropped dead, basically. You can ask my husband. So working, even with a passion, he is very passionate about what he does. Even loving what you're doing, working that hard like he said, it gets you burnt out. I can't even imagine.
Lucky I don't have a manager because I'll be firing them. Tired of talking to other artists who just want to tell me I'm inspiring them. Parents keep telling me they have a kid and they're thankful the child is admiring me. Great, want to know how I feel? I might kill myself before retiring.
Okay, I'm not sure where this is going. I feel like there's going to be a better message by the end, hopefully, but there are a lot of kids that admire Tom MacDonald, and I think that's okay. He does not, I haven't seen any trash from him at all, like other rappers. But yikes, I'm a little bit worried about him. This kind of, at first, we'll see where it goes, but it kind of seems like a cry for help a little bit right now.
I'm in the clouds, I can't reach the ground. They're coming in crowds, blew me up like a balloon and let me go. Watch me float away while I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go. They all throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. They're the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Blew me up like a balloon and left me. I missed the time.
None of us left him. I do believe there are people throwing rocks trying to poke holes in him. Maybe there's some personal friends or family in his life that inflated his ego or really supported him in the beginning and maybe distanced themselves when he got more popular. I'm wondering if that's what he's referring to. I haven't actually heard anything like that from him. I'm just speculating, all speculation. I'm just wondering, he seems very sad, and I don't like that. I like the feel of the video. It's very dark, and it matches his message for sure. I tend to kind of gravitate towards music like that. I'm a very emotional person. I don't tend to show it until it's bottled up and exploding, but I do like the feels in the music. So I'm gonna go back just a little bit and let's continue on.
And left me. I missed the times when I could go outside. I didn't have to watch my back out of the corner of my eye. I didn't have to fake a smile and pose for pictures all the time. Can't even lie, I miss when time was really mine. Now I just belong to everybody else but me. These panic attacks are making it awful hard to breathe. Built a vocal booth inside the crib and stopped making beats. Don't even rap, I stand inside of it and scream.
I get it. Fame is hard to handle. I mean, I can't empathize because I'm not obviously famous. Nobody knows me. But I can understand why he feels that way. He's scared to go out because even if he runs into fans, like, you're not going to know what their intention is until they state it. And like we all know, if you know Tom MacDonald, he has a lot of haters, I'm sure. And so being out in public must be terrifying because if somebody approaches you and you're someone like Tom, you don't know if they're there to hurt you or to hug you or to take a picture with you. And I'm sure he's tired of that stuff too, but I'm sure it's got to be a relief when someone wants a picture rather than to criticize or yell at him. I don't know if he gets yelled at or not. I'm just saying. But just the amount of stress he must have about going out in public at all right now, that's got to be hard. It's got to be hard to deal with.
Like, this is not what I expected. I work my hands to the bone, and my anxiety is triggered by the apps on my phone. I tried deleting them so the internet would leave me alone, but the lack of attention made me feel worse than before.
Okay, so now he's getting into the social media addiction. I completely get that, like 100%. I made a Twitter a while back for this channel. It took me like a year ago, I think, or so. And it took me a really long time to even get a Twitter in the first place. It was my first ever Twitter account. And it was addicting. Like, it was super addicting. And even at first, I wasn't into the politics or the news or the trending. I just was connecting with people that were, into the same stuff I was, video games and stuff. But then you get sucked into the politics and sucked into the trending pages, and it can be super depressing. And so you delete those apps, you delete the Twitter, you delete the TikTok, the Facebook, whatever, off your phone so you can't get to it. And then you find yourself pretty much like craving to be back on there, even though it's toxic and you're hurting yourself by doing that. I get that, and it sucks. And so I'm actually really lucky I have a job where I cannot have my phone for the 8, 10, 12 hours I'm working. Otherwise, before, when I was working from home or when I didn't have a job, I was constantly online, like arguing with people or reading things that made me sad or angry. And not that I don't still do that, but I'm not consumed by it anymore. So I get where he's going with that. And on his level, it must be so much worse, because being on social media, he gets a million times more love and hate than the rest of us do. And so imagine your social media addiction. Even if you don't think you have one, if you have a Twitter or Facebook, if you're on social media at all, you have an addiction. Not gonna lie. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Try deleting all your not your profiles, but try deleting all your social media apps off of your phone for 24 hours and document mentally or physically document the way you feel. It is literally a withdrawal, mental withdrawal. It's the most surreal experience I have ever had in my entire life.
The lack of attention made me feel worse than before. I'm sick of it all. The internet watching me trip when I fall. Embarrassed that everyone witnesses all. My illness isn't real time. Man, I'm addicted to y'all. Rappers on Twitter don't get me involved. I'm posing for photos with fans in the mall and dying inside pretending I'm strong. I'm not a celebrity. I am just Tom.
I'm not a celebrity. I am just Tom. He rose to fame on YouTube so fast. Everybody knows who he is. If you are on YouTube, you know who Tom is usually, or at some point you find out. He rose to fame so fast. Imagine you living your life being a construction worker or a receptionist or an engineer or whatever you are. Imagine being that. And 6 months to a year later, all of a sudden, everybody knows who you are. You have millions of followers. You have millions and millions upon millions of views on YouTube. You're making tons of that YouTube money, and you're also getting all this hate. Like, can you even imagine what your mind would be going through? Like, I'm nobody. Why are all these people following me and holding me on such high regard? Why are all these people holding me on such a high pedestal is what I'm trying to say. And I like I said, I don't get it, because I'm not like Tom at all. Not even close, but I feel for him.
I think I'm strong. I'm not a celebrity. I am just Tom.
I didn't hear that part that he was mumbling, so I'm going to go back and actually turn my volume up a little bit.
Watch me float away, well, I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go.
Okay, so I think the message we're getting from this is, if you see Tom in public, don't just attack him with your cell phone and like ask for a picture or an autograph. Be a person to this poor guy. Like, I'm sure he enjoys meeting his fans and taking photos and signing autographs, but if that's all you want from him and you don't treat him like he's a real person, like he's one of us, like he's one of the Hangover gang, you know, because he created this community. And if we don't respect Tom the way he appreciates and respects us, he's gonna get burned out easier, and he's not gonna want to go out and meet people and continue making music for us. And I think it's really important that he continues with his art, whether or not it's got a politically charged message, whether or not it's a personal message. I think it's super important for him to continue with his work. I think he's doing good things.
Like a balloon and let me go. They are throwing rocks because they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. For the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Blew me up like a balloon and left. I missed the years when every Friday wasn't spent with my therapist. Then I realized I hated fame and accepted I'm scared of it. I got Ativan, Cipralex, Xanax, and Seroquel in a Tupperware container. I don't touch, I just stare at them. Breathing exercise.
So if you're familiar with Tom, you'll know or come across his best rapper ever video, where he talks about his addictions to painkillers and alcohol. And in another video, he also talks about how he doesn't even take Tylenol for all the knives in his back, basically, from fellow artists. But anyway, he's doing what he can to manage his stress and anxiety, it sounds like, without resorting back to those prescriptions that his doctor has given him, because he knows that he's an addict, and he knows that if he gives in and touches that stuff, that he might relapse. So this seems like something he really needed to get off his chest, and let's just keep watching.
This is supposed to help me to cope, but nothing works quite as good as a bottle of Jack and a smoke. I try to focus on my breath, but it gets stuck in my throat. This never happened back when I was young and happy and broke.
I never thought I'd be the rapper all these rappers trying to be. Posting 20 times a day, now I don't have no privacy. Meeting with these major labels, CEOs with giant teams. If y'all want to do business, why are y'all trying to lie to me? I'm bored of the fame. Every time it feels fresh again, I'm getting more of the same. Interviewers think they know who I am. They made up their mind before I explain. Well, because you asked so nice, I guess I'll tell. Ain't been feeling too hot lately, Jim. Is there anything else? Great, cause lately...
I wonder who he interviewed with that he feels like made assumptions about him. I know he interviewed with Elijah Schaffer, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and Michael Knowles, I think. I don't know who else he's interviewed with. There's probably a lot more. I know Glenn Beck right off the bat has said right at the beginning of the interview, dude, you look scary with all those tattoos on your face. But it seemed like a really good interview, so I don't know. He seems like a really down-to-earth guy in all those interviews that I've seen him. Oh, he also interviewed with No Life Shaq as well. So I know there's a lot more out there, but dang, like, he's feeling the pressure, you guys.
Every day I feel like I'm living in hell. I'm glad the music helps you, but I might really kill myself. When this magazine gets printed, can you send one to my house? I'd like to own a tiny piece of me like everybody else. Go, watch me float away while I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go. They all throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. For the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Blew me up like a balloon and left me.
Did you guys see that video by Nova Rockefeller and Dave McDonald? I'm a Tom McDonald fan, but I do not know who Dave McDonald is. So if you know who that is, leave that in the comments below. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing else at the end of the video. So, wow. That was a rough song. That was tough to listen to. I feel bad for him. If this is how he's really feeling. I know it's a work of art, and usually his music is about getting stuff out of his mind and off his chest. He's had songs like this where he's kind of down on himself and he just needs to vent. And then he's also had songs where he's very confident and just like, no one can mess with me. So Best Rapper Ever is one of them. Canceled was one of them. So I know we'll cycle through and he'll get better. And he's got Nova, and he knows that there are people out there that love him to death and aren't just going to let him go. So I appreciate you guys hanging out for my first ever reaction video ever. I know it wasn't perfect, so if I missed something, I know I missed probably a lot. Tom songs usually take me, I usually have to listen through them many times before I get the full message, especially the political or socially, the ones dealing with social issues, especially those. It takes a while for me to catch everything. So let me know what you thought of the music down below. Are you part of the Hog family? Are you new to Tom McDonald? Is this your first time seeing one of his videos? Do you want me to do more? I've seen a lot. I haven't seen all his videos, but I've seen quite a few. At least all of them that he's produced in the last 2 years since before COVID. Yeah, so the last 2 years or so, I've been watching most of his videos. But if you have any other suggestions for videos, I'm starting out with Tom because I know that if YouTube gives a copyright strike that I can let Tom know and he'll remove it or whatever. I just am not familiar enough with other artists doing that. I just don't want to, I want to start off slow and easy. And Tom is like my favorite. So Leave your thoughts below. What did you think of the song? Did you disagree with my opinion on it? Let me know what your takeaway was from it. And until the next Tom Friday, guys, happy Tom Friday.